Hey, so welcome to another entry of the Warrior's Journal. And so in today's entry, I want to talk about journaling, right? So it's called the Warrior's Journal. It's for a reason. I think journaling is probably one of the most powerful practices that I've adopted over the last few years that have really helped me to make sense of things. I think that we go through life and we accumulate all of this knowledge and we accumulate all of these thoughts. And we're often going through things, and often we go through them on our own. Right? We don't always have someone to talk to. We don't always have someone to help us make sense of things. And I think journaling is one of those things that I've been able to use to help me make sense of things, to help me focus, to help me bring in all the pieces of my life and see them on a piece of paper, or see them, if I'm typing it up on my laptop, to reread it, to work at it, to kind of take a look at it from an external perspective and really see what all those pieces are. And so also sometimes it's just you need to dump out a whole bunch of emotion. If you're really pissed off or if you're really happy, sometimes by expressing it in words, it really helps you to make sense of things. But it's not easy. I know a lot of people that I've spoken to have a hard time with journaling because they don't know what to write. They don't know how to write. Right? Everybody knows how to write. What I mean is they're not comfortable with their own writing. They feel like the words don't make sense. They don't feel creative enough. But in the end, it's not really about being creative. It's just about expressing yourself in the best of your abilities. But if you do need help, here's a practice that I've used and that I've helped other people use that has really been a great way to get started with a journaling practice, which is to ask yourself 3 simple questions. So question 1 is, how did you improve your physical self today? And this goes back to the very first entry of the Warrior's Journal that I did, which was about balance and the 3 circles of balance. So if you want to learn more about that, I invite you to go check it out and then maybe come back and watch the rest of this video. But by using those 3 circles of balance, which are body, mind, and spirit, I'm able to use that as part of my journaling practice. So the very first question is, how did I improve my physical self today? How did I connect to my body today? And that can be, if you did a great workout, write it down. If you ate something especially healthy or you discovered some new recipe that you're really proud of, write it down. If you made a really good choice, if you chose not to eat that thing that you know is bad for you, that's a win. Write that down. If any choice that you made that you feel is a step in a positive direction for your physical self, write it down. And by writing it down every single day, you can look back on your let's say you get to the end of the week, you look back on that week and you see all of the little smart decisions that you made for your physical self, and that's going to pile up and you're going to start feeling more and more confident about the work that you're doing for yourself. Right? So that's question 1. How did I improve my physical self today? Question 2 is, how did I improve my mind today? Did I seek out knowledge today? Did I make an effort to learn something? Or did I make an effort to meditate, to connect with my breath so that I can give my mind a break, so that I can stop thinking for a little bit, so I can connect to my primal self, so I can connect to that part of me that exists beyond thought, right? And that's a big part of meditation. Maybe a little advanced for someone who's never tried it before, but in the end, it's really about just giving yourself a chance to learn more about yourself, to learn more about the world. Maybe it's about engaging in conversation with someone and seeing someone else's perspective, which is a great way of improving the mind. So question 2 is, how did I improve my mind today? So anything that you did where you feel like you learned something that is going to influence you in a positive way, write that down. Okay? So question 1, improving the physical self. Question 2, improving the mental self or the mind. And then question 3 is, how did I connect with spirit today? So if you look at the first video, I talk about spirit as being everything outside of myself, right? So focusing on my own body, focusing on my own mind is focused very inward. And now it's really focusing outward. It's about focusing on the world around me. So for me, connecting with spirit is connecting with the people around me, connecting with the earth, right? Connecting with that energy, with that life force, which is what I define spirit as being. The energy, the life force that connects all of us, really. And so to connect with spirit, if I want to write something down, is, did I do something good for someone else today? Did I do something good for the planet today? Did I create positive energy in the world today? Right? Now that one's tricky because there's going to be days where you get to the end of the day and you realize just how focused on yourself you were. right? You went to work, you went to school, you did everything you had to do, but did you make an effort to do something for someone else? Did you make an effort to make the world a better place? And again, this doesn't have to be some huge, massive gesture. It can be these very simple little gestures, but those pile up. It can be, a random smile at a stranger who walks by. It can be making an effort to say thank you to the person who served your coffee this morning. It can be helping someone out who's obviously in need. It can be picking up some trash off the ground that someone left there, or recycling something even if it means walking a few extra blocks to find the recycle bin. These small little gestures, they pile up. And again, if you look back at your week, and if you're able to write something down on each day, that means you had a win every single day. And those pile up over 7 days, over a month, over a few months, over the years. Those wins pile up. And the great thing about a journal is that you can look back. So for example, if you're having a really shitty day or even a shitty week, open up your journal, look back a couple weeks, remind yourself of some of those wins, and you'll realize that, oh, that week was good and that week was good. And look, I just did these small little things and they made this big difference in my life. So when you are going through a rough time, it's a great way to remind yourself that things do get better, that there are ways to stay on track and to stay focused on the positive. And the last thing about journaling is that it's an accountability partner, right? Sometimes you don't have someone to share with, and you just need to be able to share your thoughts, to share your ideas, to share your frustrations and your anger and everything negative, but also everything positive. And the journal is an amazing way to do that. Okay, so that's it for me. It's all about the journaling practice. That's what this Warriors Journal is about. It's about me putting stuff out into the world and really sharing it so other people can hopefully benefit from it. So if you do benefit from these entries that I'm sharing, I would love to hear from you. Or if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, I invite you to do so. If you're on Instagram and you're seeing this, then share it with someone who maybe needs it. And I guess that's about it. So I look forward to the next entry. Hopefully this helps with your journaling practice, and peace.